Now we have a real rodeo star, Virginia Reger and her horse, Yellowstone. They're gonna jump over a car!
Hang on there just a second or two. Let's tell the story first. You see, a couple of years ago, one of Elaine's friends met and told her about Virginia. She'd even made a copy of that jumping over a car photo, said Virginia carried it in her wallet. As I remember it, that friend said, "You need to meet this woman." Elaine did what everybody does these days when you want to learn something. She Googled Virginia Reger, R-E-G-E-R. There's no A in there, you see. The name's spelled the same way frontward and backward. Sure enough, there was a news article describing the woman and her accomplishments. Elaine says all that information washed over her like somebody poured it over her head from a bucket. Then she sat down at the keyboard and wrote that poem. I hope someday she writes one about me. It might go something like, Lorelei the Longhorn, she's awfully fond of sweet corn, or something like that. Anyways, after arranging to meet Virginia, Elaine printed up the poem real pretty on cardstock and in color. When Virginia read it, she looked at Elaine with a tear in her eye and said, "How did you write that without even knowing me?" They became friends right then and there. Now that's a story. Okay, now we present Jumping Over a Car. Hit it!
She was just a snippet of a girl, but the rodeo producers, they gave her a whirl. At 8, she'd been riding quarter horses for years. So when they gave her a little tiny pony, she just fell into tears. From western Oklahoma, her name is Virginia. Standing tall in the saddle, round and round the arena. She grew up on the circuit back before World War II, and there seemed to be no limit to the tricks she could do. Yeah, she could ride and rope, but the best trick by far was when she trained and rode a horse to jump over a car. Her daddy'd ride Bobby, a mixed breed longhorn steer. That 2,000-pounder'd hop over a truck like a deer. When she became a woman, Virginia was the star of the show. They'd turn out the spotlights, and she'd sure enough glow with luminosities in her costume, her robe, and her boots. And when her cowgirl hat lit up, it was really quite a hoot. Virginia was always a wonderful sight, whether riding or modeling those Wranglers so tight. But even she couldn't hardly believe it when she was booked into New York's Madison Square Garden. So there was Virginia performing her tricks with the likes of Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, and Tom Mix. Over the years, rodeo folks came to know her name, and it was no surprise she made the Texas Rodeo Hall of Fame. This gal has 60 years of tales of her days on the road, and probably some stories that shouldn't be told, but may we always remember that little gal who went far. Virginia Reger, the cowgirl rodeo star.